Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Just before we get into today's video, I do just need to say that I know 2 videos ago I said that the next video was going to be on Appalachia folklore, and it obviously wasn't, and this video also isn't on Appalachia folklore, but I figured I would just take a little bit of a break for the people who may not be as interested in that topic as I am, but next week's video will be on that. Also, I'm trying to get some topics organized that are more like Halloween-y themed than normal. So far I have werewolves, I'm gonna do a ghost story, things along those lines. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, please leave it in the comments down below so that I can kind of get some sort of video schedule set up for that. Yeah, but with that all being said, let's get right into today's video. Today's video might be on the shorter side, but we are going to be talking about a classic cryptid, and the cryptid that we are going to be discussing today is the Bunyip. For starters, the name Bunnyip comes from the Wumba Wumba language, which is the language of the Aboriginal people from southern Australia, and this name means devil or evil spirit. The Bunyip is said to live in rivers, lakes, billabongs, and watering holes all over all of Australia and Wales. The creature is said to resemble some kind of mix between a bird and an alligator, with its head resembling something similar to an emu, and its body obviously resembling something similar to an alligator or a crocodile. It is said that the Bunyip has these very thick, long back hind legs, and its front legs appear to be much thinner than that, but are still believed to be quite strong. Originally, when this creature was discovered, it was said that its method of killing was to hug whatever its prey was to death. It is said that when the creature is in water, it swims similar to that of a frog, and when it's on land, it walks on its hind legs and stands from 12 to 13 feet, meaning that this animal or creature is very, very large. Sorry about any background noise that you can hear going on right now. My dog will not sit still. He really wants to go for a WALK, which we will be going for after this video is done being filmed, but bear with me on that because he will not sit still no matter what I do. I've done everything. That's the more common description of what a Bunyip looks like. However, this kind of falls into 2 categories, with some people also saying that this creature resembles a dog mixed with some kind of seal, or even like a snake mixed with a man with a beard. So the kind of description of what this creature looks like is all over the board, but what is continuous in all of these descriptions is that this is an aquatic creature who can also come on land, and the creature is quite large. The Bunyip is said to mostly prey on livestock and young children who come too close to the water's edge in the middle of the night, but it is also said to stalk these Aboriginal tribes and attack women and children who plan on leaving their homes or who do leave their homes when it's very late at night and nobody else is around. The first noted sighting of the Bunyip dates all the way back to 1818 when James Meehan and explorer Hamilton Hume both found these really huge bones in Lake Bathurst located in New South Wales, describing the bones as being similar to a manatee or a hippopotamus. In 1847, more physical evidence would surface when a skull was found near the Murrumbidgee River. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that way off. I've listened to the pronunciation so many times and I just can't get it. But this river is located in New South Wales. This skull was on display in the museum in Sydney, Australia for a very long time, with the description saying that this was the skull of a Bunyip. And for a significant period of time, this skull couldn't be identified as anything else, but it has recently been found that this was just the skull of a deformed cow or calf, and it in fact was not a Bunyip at all and is no longer in the museum in Sydney. So before we move on to the next part of this video, just like I say in all of my cryptid videos, none of these stories are mine. I've never seen a Bunyip or any cryptid for that matter. I'm just sharing these stories with you guys for entertainment purposes, and none of them are mine. Just to note here, while researching for this topic, I did have a harder time than usual finding encounters with this creature, especially ones that were more recent, as those are the ones that I usually like to focus on rather than the ones that took place hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But I was able to find a couple, and that is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. The narrator starts off by saying that this took place several years ago when him and his girlfriend decided to go on a camping trip in Coolindale National Park along the Shellhaven River. On this trip, the couple had brought with them a 2-person kayak, and they were going on like a portaging trip where they traveled down the river in their kayak. Now, this all happened on the 2nd morning of the camping trip, and the couple was camping very, very close to the river. About 15 minutes from where the couple had set up camp, there was a billabong, and the boyfriend had gotten up at this point and walked over there to go to the washroom without disturbing his girlfriend. And almost immediately after he started to go to the washroom, that is when he heard a huge splash behind him. Obviously, instinctually, he turned on the flashlight on his phone, and to his absolute horror, he was staring at what he believed was some kind of inbred cross between a horse and a crocodile, with these eyes that resembled also that of a horse. The narrator said that there should have been absolutely no reason why there would have been a crocodile in that area in Australia, but even if there was, this creature did not resemble a crocodile or any kind of reptile at all, except for its long tail and the way that it was swimming in the water. This person was absolutely terrified, and he took off running back to camp, and him and his girlfriend packed up all of their stuff back into the canoe and completely left that area without looking back. The man never saw this creature ever again, but he was curious as to what it was he had seen that night, so he started to do his research, and that is when he came across the Bunyip, and he said that that is the only creature that would even come close to resembling what he had seen that night, and that is the only logical explanation that he could come to. I can't even imagine being camping somewhere and being in a canoe and being stuck somewhere unless you get into the canoe from the water where this creature could be. That is absolutely terrifying. I can't even imagine going through that. That's just another reason why I no longer go camping. Like I mentioned while I was researching for this topic, I was having a really hard time finding encounters for this creature. So this next encounter that I'm going to share with you is going to be the last one, and I'm going to try and have both of these encounters, the write-ups of both of these encounters, linked down below so you guys can read them more in depth and follow along with me while I'm going through it, or read them after I'm done, whatever you want to do with that, or not look at them at all. I don't know. But yeah, so they will be linked down below if I can find them again. I think I saved them on my computer, hopefully. So yeah. This next story was very, very long, but I'm just going to kind of cut to the chase, but again, I will have it linked down below. This person starts off by saying that they'd always known what the Bunyip was, but they always just thought that it was a mythical creature. This person had been camping in the Australian wilderness for 16 days at this point, when all of a sudden it just started to absolutely downpour. And this downpour would continue for 2 full days. So avoid getting even more soggy and wet than they already were, this person decided to climb a tree. And when they got to the top of the tree, they were just kind of watching all of the wildlife and whatnot below them. That is when all of a sudden they saw a Bunyip, and they couldn't believe their eyes, but from all of the stuff that they had learned about this creature while growing up, they were absolutely certain that that is what they were looking at while they were up in this tree. The person said that this creature had long front legs and back legs that appeared to be very thick and looked like they would be quite strong. They also said that this creature had gray feathers all over it. This person sat in the tree watching this creature move around for quite a while, saying that when it was in the water, it moved similar to that of a frog, and when it got on land, it walked on its hind legs and resembled that of a cow. Now obviously, like with any cryptid, people dismiss this as being something else, usually a seal or an elephant seal, but that is really all that people can explain this away with. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of the Bunyip down below, and this is definitely a topic that I hope to visit again in the future, as I feel like I didn't do it justice. I feel like I didn't get as many stories as I could. I just need to look deeper in the depths of the internet, I'm sure. So this is definitely one that I will be revisiting in the future. But guys, that is going to bring us to the end of today's video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below what you'd like to see in my future videos, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.